Right, I'm here in Cape Town at the World Economic Forum on Africa, and the theme for this year's forum is implications of the global economic crisis on Africa. And with me I'm joined by Guy Pfeffermann, and he is the CEO of the Global Business Schools Network. Now welcome to CNBC Africa.
Thank you very much.
Now, Guy, the GBSN, which is the Global Business Schools Network, is a non-profit organization that links top business schools with their counterparts in low-income countries. Tell me a little bit more about this initiative.
We just had a fantastic three-day conference here in Cape Town where heads of some of the top business schools, like 20 or 25 top business schools in the world, came together with the Association of African Business Schools and met their colleagues. And they are all management schools with a heart. And we are an organization that is trying to foster development by improving management in developing countries. For example, in health, in agribusiness, in all these areas where the same amount of money, say aid money or government money, could yield far more results if there were better management.
Why do you think it's important that business schools in first world countries need to develop a dialogue between those in lower income countries?
They are highly complementary and they engage in collaborative programs hand in hand. And what happens is that, let's say, an African business school professor will bring the local dimension and the local relevance, but then she can tap the global leading edge knowledge and the experience that other schools have. And when they come together in a conference, it just explodes. It's absolutely fantastic.
Do you think African problems need a global perspective in terms of finding solutions for the challenges we have?
Yes, absolutely. There's no question about it. We live in a globalized world. And if you want to have a competitive economy, you have to know about the outside world. In fact, Africa has remained far too isolated. I think the cell phone revolution has been a tremendous plus for Africa, because anything that connects Africa to the rest of the world, people are wonderful entrepreneurs. They take advantage of it, and it helps.
In terms of the actual workings of this particular exchange, I know that you've got a number of luminary universities and business schools, one of them being Harvard Business School. How does it work? Say Harvard wants to sort of join up with one for the university on the African continent. How does the actual exchange work?
Well, in general, it crystallizes around projects. For example, we are partnering with Goldman Sachs' 10,000 Women Scholarship Program. That program, which is going to be highlighted at the World Economic Forum, is going over 5 years to give 10,000 women who are underserved the opportunity to get a really good entrepreneurship or business degree, and many of them are in Africa. So we help them, for example, bring together Columbia University Business School with university in Dar es Salaam or university in Nairobi, and then the two sets of professors interact to develop programs which will provide top-notch education locally to these ladies.
Now, I know you didn't want to mention it a little earlier. However, we are in a global financial crisis, and business schools sharing ideas.
Yes.
You would think that some sort of dialogue would happen, especially from first world countries to African countries. In light of that, what sort of exchanges do you think and benefits do you think can happen out of this kind of exchange and dialogue?
Well, I think there was a lot of discussion about the causes of the crisis, and I think that a lot of business schools at the moment are doing their self-examination. They're certainly not responsible for the crisis, but they could have done quite a bit more, for example, to instill moral values and governance values as well as technical skills. And I think there's going to be a strong movement in that direction, both in Africa and elsewhere.
This is your 5th World Economic Forum.
Yes.
And I know you've come with a contingent of other heads of business schools from around the world. What are you hoping to get out of this year's forum?
I hope that a lot of the participants here will see the value of improving management. Management has been an orphan child of the aid business. No government, very few philanthropists are focusing on management, and yet everybody knows, you know and I know, that if an outfit is poorly managed, you waste resources, and resources are very scarce, and especially in a time of crisis, you have to make the best of it. So I hope to spread this message and that people will act on it.
Well, thank you very much for your time. That's Guy Pfeffermann, and he's the CEO of the Global Business Schools Network that's actually based in Washington, D.C. And now it's back to you in the studio.